Tonight, Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa directs the Ministry of Agriculture to prepare the farmer calendar early. President of Zanzibar Dr. Ali Mohammed Shein closes the 4th Industrial SADC Week. And in sports, visitors attending SADC Industrial Weekend Summit have been invited to play golf at the Lugalo Golf Club in Dar es Salaam. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has officially closed the 26th Nanenane Fair, which nationally was held at Nyakabindi grounds in Simiyu region. Closing the fair on behalf of President Dr. John Magufuli, Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa said the event gave farmers an opportunity to showcase various technologies. He also directed the Ministry of Agriculture to prepare the farming calendar early and distribute fertilizer to farmers before October this year.
Maadhimisho ya 8 ya mwaka huu yamekuja na kauli mbiu inayosema kilimo, mifugo na uvuvi ni kwa ukuaji wa uchumi wa nchi yetu.
This year's fair has come with the motto Agriculture, Livestock and Fishery for Economic Freedom, which is in line with the faith-based government objective of trade and industrial growth, aimed at growing individual wealth as well as the national's economy. In return, reducing poverty. We're working to ensure that fertilizer is available and at an affordable price, but also to have livestock of hybrid so as to avoid moving from one place to another in search of pastures. Honorable Prime Minister, there are 3 areas that we would like to ask of you. We've presented a letter to BOT requesting that the Research and Policies Department help us as a region to come with a research paper on a clothing manufacturing industry.
President and Chairman of Zanzibar Revolutionary Council Dr. Ali Mohammed Shein has called on member states of the Southern African Development Community SADC to improve on quality production of goods in order to create a competitive business environment in the region. President Shein made the call when closing the 4th Industrial SADC Week in Dar es Salaam.
Tutaweza kuongeza masoko na ajira ikiwa tutanunua bidhaa zilizozalishwa katika viwanda vyetu wenyewe vinavyoendeshwa na wataalamu wetu wazalendo. Hatuthamini jitihada za wataalamu waliokuwa wageni, manahani wenzetu, lakini sasa msisitizo ni kukipenda chetu. Na mimi nanikumbusha usemi wa marehemu mzee wetu, Rais wa kwanza Zanzibar, marehemu mzee Abeid Amani Karume, aliposema kitukuze kilicho chako mpaka usahau cha mwenzako. Maana chako ni chako.
Jumla ya washiriki wapatao 5352 kutoka nchi za SADC ikiwemo Tanzania wameshiriki katika kuonesha na katika midahalo mbalimbali ya majadiliano. Jumla ya waonyeshaji, yani exhibitors, walioshiriki kuonesha bidhaa zao ni 585.
More than 13,000 residents of Mguzu Ward and Geita district face health hazards due to lack of safe and clean water, a situation that has resulted in them using contaminated water flowing from an area used for mining activities. The residents expressed their concern at a public meeting with the Deputy Minister of Vice President's Office and Union Environment, Musa Sima, when he toured the area.
I'm a mother. I need to use clean and safe water when I'm pregnant, because even when I drink water, my unborn child receives water that I drink. When I hear that the water we use here has been contaminated by zinc, I kept on asking myself how much me and my child are affected. First, there must be good toilets around here, because in my inspection I have found out that there are no toilets in these areas, since people have been using the nearby forest, which is near the river, to help themselves. This is very dangerous to our health. Thus, I order the leaders here to make sure that toilets are constructed around working areas.
Vice President Samia Suluhu Hassan has directed the Ministry of Agriculture to amend its policies by ensuring farmers transform into commercial farmers. She gave the directive at the climax of 99 celebrations held at Mwalimu Nyerere grounds in Morogoro.
Katika kusambaza tafiti zinazofanywa, ni lazima maafisa ugani wetu wawajibike kikamilifu.
Farmers' Day grounds must offer services throughout the year. We must not wait for the official date. Agricultural, livestock and fishery stalls must be installed and offer services throughout the year. Any development stakeholder who brings money, we want to know how the money would help the farmer. Billions of shillings has been used, whereby more than 80% has been put towards training. We have enough knowledge. We've advised development partners not to tell us how the money should be used. Rather, their donation should be demand-driven.
A task force which had been formed by the Ministry of Minerals in collaboration with defense and security organs has discovered a network of 56 people involved in smuggling of minerals out of the country. In the operation, the task force seized fake gold weighing 10.835 kilos from two conmen who were planning to sell it to foreigners.
The people who engage in such activities bring disrepute to all of us, because once the gold has been delivered and is discovered to be fake, when money has already changed hands, then all Tanzanians will be seen to be people not to be trusted. They use spare tires to hide the gold and in the bonnet and other areas. Some weigh 4.58 and the ones confiscated in Mwanza weigh 6.255. There was a mix of other minerals. Lake Zone has only one diamond mine in Madui, sponsored by people from neighboring regions. Broker license holders don't get access to the diamond. We ask if our license here in Mwanza can be allowed to operate in Shinyanga, or for the mine to be returned to Shinyanga so we can apply for the license from there.
The British High Commissioner in Tanzania, Sarah Cook, accompanied by a business delegation from the UK Prime Minister's office, have toured Serengeti Brewery's Moshi plant to witness production operations as well as take part in a tree planting exercise of 1,000 trees in Kilimanjaro region.
Real privilege for myself, the High Commissioner, and the UK delegation to be here today. So I'm going to give this tree a name, if that's okay with you. I'm going to name this tree Elizabeth in honour of Her Majesty the Queen.
The UK is a strong supporter.
The UK is a strong supporter of trade and investment in Tanzania. We are one of the largest investors and is one of the biggest investors too in this factory, which is exemplary here in Tanzania. We've planted trees because the environment is very important to us.
Residents from Ifinga village in Madaba district, Council Ruvuma region, have urged the government to start construction of a 48-kilometer road which is in a bad state, making it difficult to transport patients to hospital or crops to the market. The residents made the call when the Deputy Minister of Works, Engineer Elias Mkwandikwa, toured the region.
In transporting crops, because drivers complain on these poor roads, causing us to incur more costs.
Changamoto ya barabara imekuwa ni kubwa sana kadri na nyinyi mlivyopita kuangalia makorongo.
Right now, we face difficulty in passing through these roads. Transportation costs are high. We pay up to 15,000 shillings for bus fare, and motorcyclists charge 25 to 30,000 shillings, while every year during rainy season these roads are impassable. We got an opportunity to visit this area even at night in order to find out how much people are suffering from these roads. The distance from Wino to Ifingo is 48 kilometers. Thus, we are looking forward to make this problem history to people of Ifinga, because the government is here to serve people. However, we received a budget of constructing 12 kilometers, and in the meantime, more efforts are ongoing to make sure that the rest of the kilometers are also going to be constructed.
And residents of Ivuna Ward in Momba District Songo region have started to harvest salt from a project they established last year. They say that they are now in the final stages of packaging before getting it out to the market.
Our gratitude goes to Honorable President Magufuli for the financial assistance he gave us. The money was used to complete the first phase of production, but we were given more money to construct warehouses to store bags of salt. In 3 weeks' time, packaging will be ready and salt will be packed to be sold straight to the consumer. This project is big and will be very profitable.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows shortly. And in international news, 9 people have been killed after they were attacked by machetes and shot by bullets in Beni, North Kivu, in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The attacks alleged to have been carried out by ADF rebels come at a time when President Felix is to restore peace in the country.
I don't think there is a government that cares about us. Instead of protecting us, they leave us to die. We did not know what to do, so we decided to run away.
A magistrate court in Nairobi has ordered Special Prosecutor Taib Ali Taib to hold a conference with his legal team on August 26 to address concerns raised by defense lawyers in graft case facing former Treasury Cabinet Secretary Henry Rotich, his principal secretary Kamau Thuj, and 26 others. The prosecution counsel in the 63 billion shillings graft case on Thursday told the court all required documents in the respect of the case had been supplied to the defense lawyers.
There are some issues that are not complete. Thus, I am making the following order to the public prosecutor to provide evidence of the accused in the coming 7 days.
And the Ministry of Health in Burundi has refuted a report by UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, OCHA, which states that malaria has become a threat in the country, with statistics showing that 5.7 million malaria cases have been reported and that 1,801 people have died from the disease between January to July 21st this year.
In 6 months, we have reached 4,300,000, but we've fallen short of the number in 2017. In 2017, for the 6 months, there were 4,500 deaths, but in the 6 months of 2019, we've had 1,400. Those claiming that we are hiding something is simply not true.
And that is the end of international news. Business news follows shortly after the break. We'll be right back.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand.
You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news tonight, the Director General of Director General of Tanzania Bureau of Standards (CBS), Dr. Yusuf Ngenya, has suspended 2 employees at the Namanga inspection station after discovering they allowed a consignment of standard packaging bags to enter into the country.
It is possible that there are other items being allowed to pass. That should not be. I would like to take this opportunity to warn all TBS employees, wherever they are, that I shall not tolerate anyone who doesn't follow job guidelines. We suffer because there are some fake bags around. I ask if such bags can be stopped because we will not be able to make a profit from our home-produced bags.
The Deputy Minister of State, President's Office responsible for civil service and good governance, Mary Majaliwa, has commended strategies being implemented by Kagera Sugar Company of expanding plantations in order to increase production of sugar and address the problem of sugar shortage in the country.
We have increased sugar manufacturing so that we can address the lack of enough sugar in our country. This year we expect to produce 95,000 tons of sugar. Our target is 170,000. We used to transport livestock from Kagera, but now we slaughter and sell meat in our shops.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows shortly after the break.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose to Lynn.
And in sports news, visitors attending the Southern African Development Community SADC Industrial Weekend Summit have been welcomed to play golf at the Lugalo Golf Club in Dar es Salaam.
For them not to feel in foreign land, we have designed brochures after contracting the Foreign Ministry's Information Director and provided him with the brochures yesterday so that when they give them explanation on the city of Dar es Salaam with regard to different locations, they will find inside a golf brochure which welcomes and directs them to play golf here. After hard work in meetings, they should get time to come and play some golf here.
Cricket coaches have been urged to train youngsters on new regulations of the sport.
Lakini kwa sababu ya entertainment.
Due to entertainment, the world has changed. We are now playing with a white ball and colored gear. So that was the trend in the world. But still, the red ball cricket is being used in test matches. Even now, Ashes are proceeding, and they are playing with the red ball. That is the original cricket.
The Wazo Hill Simba branch members have pledged to implement plans set by their chairman Hassan Ki Kaniki, who passed away yesterday.
Tuna majonzi makubwa sana kwa tawi letu.
Our branch is very sad. We have lost an important pillar and huge figure, a huge base. But we know with God's help, and since He brought us up well and told us well on loving each other and discussing matters, construction of arguments without chaos, as well as agreeing to disagree. But what is decided by many will be done. We did a lot through what we learned from him.
Romelu Lukaku is set to join Internazionale after Manchester United kept the Italian club's latest offer of £70 million, including add-ons for the striker. Here more details.
The Belgian traveled to Milan on Wednesday and will have a medical at the Serie A club's headquarters. The player's representative Federico Pastorello spent most of Wednesday in talks with United representatives in London to finally sort out the long-running saga, and the two sides came to an agreement in the early evening. United had already knocked back one bid from Inter and had been hoping to receive a fee of around £80 million for the Belgium international, but were in the end persuaded to accept the latest offer. Lukaku was desperate to join Inter, and his relationship with United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had deteriorated in the past week. He was fined by United for missing training without permission this week.
Watford have confirmed the signing of the former Arsenal forward Danny Welbeck on a free transfer, kick-starting what is expected to be a busy final day of the transfer window. Here's more on the story.
The 28-year-old England international has agreed a contract after finally joining a club that had first inquired about him a year ago when they were quoted a fee of £8 million. Welbeck, who signed for Arsenal from Manchester United in a £16 million deal in September 2014, has not played since last November when he sustained a serious ankle injury half an hour into a Europa League tie against Sporting. It was the latest in a string of serious injuries for a player who was restricted to a total of 20 league starts in 2015-2016, 2017-2018, 2018-2019 seasons combined. He has been working on his fitness through the summer, and having passed the medical on Tuesday, will immediately join the first-team squad, although, given his lack of match practice, he may not be considered ready for the club's first game of the season at home against Brighton on Saturday.
And Tottenham have reached an agreement with Real Betis to sign Giovanni Lo Celso for a club record equaling to £60 million, which is equal 60 million euros rather, which is equal to £55.3 million, while Mauricio Pochettino is also hoping a deal for Fulham's Ryan Sescon can be completed before Thursday's transfer deadline. Here's more on the story.
On a busy penultimate day of the transfer window, Spurs finally struck a deal for the Argentinian midfielder Lo Celso after failing with attempts to sign Felipe Coutinho on loan from Barcelona, although a move for the Juventus striker Paulo Dybala also appeared unlikely to materialize. Broke down after the Juventus forward requested a salary of £350,000 a week. While Lo Celso has yet to agree personal terms, he is expected to move to North London after being withdrawn from the Betis squad for the friendly against Las Palmas on Wednesday evening, and is expected in London on Thursday for medical. The fee for the former Paris Saint-Germain player will match the amount Tottenham paid for Tanguy Ndombele at the start of July, with Pochettino having urged his chairman Daniel Levy to back him in the transfer market, having reached the Champions League final last season.
Our sports item ends Zanya's bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and good night.